All right.
I got plans for you.
All right. So that was the show.
Now let's shit on the movie.
Okay. Now the movie. Please, Mario.
Oh no! No! We're still in criticism mode.
No! No! I wanted you to summarize the movie now.
Okay, summarize the movie now. Can you do that? Since the movie's like what we've been talking about.
Since this is what we're here for.
Yeah. I hope no one knows where we were.
I don't even want to do it anymore. So, do you guys
remember, guys? This is just my opinion.
We spent 47 minutes discussing his opinion of a TV show.
You guys,
and now we're gonna spend another 47 minutes.
You guys
discussing his opinion on a fucking.
You
movie.
guys really wanted me to say my opinion, so you didn't say anything.
You know what's sad? I actually thought you'd like it. I really did think you would thought it was like cute and interesting, and you'd find the animation beautiful, and I think the story's good. I mean, okay. I really thought you would like it, so I'm actually genuinely surprised that you don't like it at all. It's crazy that you don't like
sorry?
it. I'm sorry for you too.
All I have to say is I'm sorry that I put you through such a show.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine, because that's what this show is about. We show each other good movies, but we sometimes show each other bad movies. So
it wasn't bad though. Bad is such okay, never mind. I'm not even gonna say that. I was going to say bad is such a subjective term, but everybody's opinions are like assholes. We all have bad ones.
Yes.
And they all stink.
Yes.
So
okay. Sure.
Needless to say, if you have not seen the Demon Slayer movie, spoilers ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Hopefully you have, and if you haven't, please stop this and go watch it, and then come back and listen to the rest
of it. Spoiler warning for the Demon Slayer movie.
So our main characters just have just gotten off of the mountain because they had another mission to go to, and they were told to meet up with the Hashira to say hey, there's something that's going to happen on this train, so go prevent whatever is going to happen. And they hop on the train, and they're like, okay, cool. So then we get to see who is the main antagonist kind of early on in the movie, and he puts everybody to sleep because that's his ability. He's not really combat oriented, but he's supposed to be the strongest of the lower level demons that are there. So you have high-level demons, mid-tier demons, and then low-level demons, which are the run-of-the-mill shits. He is the highest level, or the highest mid-level demon that is still currently living. So he puts everybody to sleep, and he gives them beautiful, blissful dreams. And those are the dreams that you never wake up from. Your body just decays or whatever, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So he gets 3 little kids who are also orphans to attack our main characters. And you get to see, into their subconscious.
Yeah.
So you get to see the Hashira's subconscious, which is just a firescape.
I know.
You get to see Tanjiro's, which is just this pure
beautiful
white innocence.
Yeah.
You get to see Inosuke's, which is him fighting a fucking train.
His face. It's a beautiful white nothing.
Let him explain.
Am I doing a good explanation?
No, yeah, you are.
Okay, cool.
He's the one who's making it seem like it's more than that.
Your face
You're
is
he's rehashing the trash for me.
Like,
I don't want to deal with this.
His mind was so boring. There was no pictures. Why wasn't there pictures in his mind? God.
And then you get to see Zenitsu's pure dream, which is him and Nezuko together.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't make sense.
Well, she doesn't
even talk to him. Okay.
All right. He is a total horn dog. That is exactly why he's like that. So the main villain says,
Are you running out of... Is there more pages?
Yeah, this is the movie now.
Oh my god.
It's just only one.
Oh, thank God.
So page 5.
Thank God.
Of this eternal hell that he had to go
one
through.
One page that he's shitting on the movie.
It's page 5 of his hell. It's gonna
be another 40 minutes. It'll be a long episode.
I hope you all enjoyed
I'm gonna
this.
cut
This is what you all came to see: us fighting each other and trying to rip each other's throats out.
Like 20
But-
minutes each.
Hush, you. Let me finish the fucking recap.
Oh, you make it worse.
That's my job.
Oh my god.
How dare you?
The main villain says, if you break their souls, then they'll die. So the characters go through their own internal turmoil to get woken up. The characters wake up, and then they start fighting the main bad guy. And then they realize it's not going to be as easy to kill the main bad guy as they thought it would be. Then the Hashira helps them kill the main bad guy, and then we get to see the new bad guy, who was a lot stronger than who was supposed to be the main bad guy towards the end of the movie. Yeah. There's this one TikTok that explains it perfectly, where, I don't know, do you know the song where it's like, touch me? It's so easy to leave me? The one I showed you? Okay, so there's a TikTok like that, where it's like, the Fire Hashira is fighting this martial artist dude, and he's like, martial artist dude's like, be converted to a demon so you can fight with me forever. And the TikTok is like, Rengoku's like, I'm never gonna do this. And then the bad guy's like, I want you to be my boyfriend forever. Love me. It's so dumb, and it's so funny. I can't get enough of it. Regardless.
We'll have to find that TikTok.
Oh my god. So those two go at it. Unfortunately, the result is that the Hashira dies. I mean, the Hashira is a really likable person. He comes off as like a little quirky and a little odd, but ultimately he is very forthcoming and very bright, as he embodies what Flame would be considered.
Yeah.
One, destructive, but also very protective and warm and bright, I guess would be the best way to put it. Mm-hmm. And it's a good contrast for him to go up against like this martial artist who cares nothing but about annihilating his opponents and other things that are around him. So those two go at it. The Hashira dies, and then Tanjiro throws his sword at the dude, and Tanjiro throws the sword at the upper moon dude, and loses his sword again. He'll likely die in the next season. Because, you know, the people who made his sword just a few minutes ago are going to kill him. So, I guess we don't get any more Demon Slayer. And
that
then
sword guy's going to be mad.
we come back, the Hashira is on his death's door, and he gives a very inspirational speech before he dies, and the movie essentially ends.
There we go. So, Romeo.
Yes.
Let's try to get through your list.
No, let's have you talk first.
No, we're going to get through your list.
Okay.
Yeah, Romeo. Go for it.
All right.
You're the only one to hear the list.
Okay. The movie was not too excruciating as the show.
So it was still excruciating. Cool.
Still kind of is, but not as bad.
So Romeo was in hell for like 4 hours.
Waterboarding.
For 2 hours, actually.
Romeo was in hell for an additional 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't mind the length, but I did feel like it was 20 minutes too long. Could have been like
It's a very odd time.
Could have been like maybe like an hour and 40 minutes, I would say. No, I don't know why I went for a full 2 hours.
Because that's essentially the length of the book.
I guess. But
it would have been 6 episodes.
It could have been.
They did it like as
much
an actual
shorter.
show.
But yeah. Oh yeah! Surprise! Zensu or whatever the electricity guy is still fucking annoying. Surprise. And I did like. Okay, the dream sequence with Rengoku. Mm-hmm. I believe the
Hashira?
the Hashira and the dream sequence with Tanjiro were really well done. I did like those scenes.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of like stuck in this
loop,
like in this. Well, he's kind of stuck in this part of his dream where he's living with his family. The massacre didn't happen, and blah blah blah. But it's all a lie, and and it was just like an emotional when he just kind of like realized that it's not true, and he's like has to leave them behind because he knows it's all like fake and a dream, and they're trying to like, you know, have them get it, you know, have them he has to like get out of it and wake up in order to defeat the threat. This villain is actually pretty interesting. Kind of reminded me of like Freddy Krueger, but on a train. And, you know,
I got that.
kind of like got that vibe with that, and you know, thoroughly enjoyed it. And I did like how Tanjiro and his the one that wears the boar's head, they both teamed up to try to defeat this because you know, that's kind of like what I was going for, where there's like some tension, but also like this imminent threat about it that they have to work together to kind of like defeat, you know, and did really like that fight scene. I also like the fight scene with the Rengoku and the other Akaza, that's his name. His
Akaza
or something. I don't know. But I did like their fight was actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Their fight was cool. Just didn't like how when he almost killed him and the sunlight went and Akaza left and Tanjiro got his sword and he threw it at him. And instead of going out and hunt him down, he just yells a monologue towards him.
Oh.
Again,
He was too weak. He's gonna die.
okay. If your boss couldn't defeat something, what makes you think you could?
Apparently, he really got a good aim. He fucking got him in the heart.
He got him in the neck, if I remember correctly.
No, he got him through the chest.
It wasn't through the heart, though. It was like
wasn't through the heart, but I know that even if he got him in the heart, I know that wouldn't kill him.
No,
you would need to decapitate him completely.
Still comes back to if your boss couldn't do it.
True.
I know that, but I just think that the monologue scene was ridiculous. He could have just thrown it because he was angry that he got away, but turned his attention to his dying, I guess, friend and master or boss or whatever, but no, he just had to add. He couldn't help himself but add another monologue.
Shōnen anime?
So we just have to realize Romeo doesn't like monologues.
Monologues that are used appropriately, not when used inappropriately.
Okay. I'll write the animators and the people and tell them that you don't like this, so we can tell them to fix that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Okay. Another issue I had with this, and it's the same with the show, and I don't know why they do it this way, but they did. I think it was when the train demon dies. He kind of goes about into an inner monologue about his life when like if they're developing the villain, you know, like they have a tragic backstory, but they do it after they die. And it's like, what use is this information for me to kind of sympathize with the villain after they're already dead? It's like that would have been, it would have been much more impactful if it would have been introduced during the fight, and then when it led to their death, I feel like I would have felt something, you know, like even though, he had to kill him, I still feel sympathy, but that doesn't happen until like right when they die, and they did that like 4 times, and I don't know why they do it that way. It's like it would have been much more impactful had it happened, like maybe explain their backstory during fight before they died, but it always happens after they die.
But that would take away from the fight.
No, because you're adding. It would take away from the fight, but you're adding character. Why? What use is the information if the character's already dead?
to show that these people aren't always terrible.
Yeah, but then I don't care because this person is a demon. I don't care. Kill him. When they kill him, then they develop his character. It's like, okay, well, but this information isn't relevant because I don't care. But it's like I don't feel sorry. But
it's like you were being forced to do these things as a demon, so yeah, you're supposed to be this big terrible person. But before you became a demon, this was your life.
Yeah. But
feel a little bit of sympathy for the humanity that they had prior to them actually dying as a human.
Not saying that that's a bad thing, but had it been introduced during the fight or before they even started,
if they did it during the fight, you would be complaining about the pacing of the fight. Let's be honest.
No, I would. It would have been
stopped, and they had 5 inner monologues.
Thank you.
Yeah, then that background information. It is not relevant because they're fucking dead.
But it's
like, what am I gonna take? What am I gonna take away out of it?
But it's to say, like,
he's
hey,
dead.
This whole character, this is the character. You got to see their demon side, and you got to see their human side.
Yeah, but there's human side I don't care because it's not developed really well. It's edited way like off, so it's kind of like the editing that I'm like complaining about.
But it still comes back to that whole, like, this was meant to make movies.
But yet the show is trying to imply that I should care, but I don't care.
Okay, you don't care.
We get that you don't care. But
it really is trying to make me care. And I don't.
At some points, yes, I can admit that it is trying to make you care. But at other points, it's literally just saying, here's a contrast of what this person was portrayed to be versus what this person really was in their human form.
Yeah, which I think would have been much more impactful had it been if this information was given to me prior before their death.
But if that information was given to you prior before their death, that would have made the movie longer. Because then
it would be the same thing.
No, it wouldn't. Because they would have to give you the monologue.
No, because
then they would have to have this whole little conversation about what
I would have liked that. I would have liked that. I would have liked that.
So the order is what you're mad at.
No. I would have. Yeah, it's the editing that I have the issue with.
But it's not
the lack of development. It's the editing on where they choose to present this information. I feel like
information is literally just to say, like, hey, this person wasn't always terrible. That's it.
Yeah, I know, but would have been much more impactful if had this person that they're trying to make me care about didn't happen after they've been
I don't
dead.
think that they were trying to make you care. I think they did that once.
It does.
And
it really does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does because
they did it once, and it was before they killed the person.
They do it because every time like this character dies, they're trying to make you care because it's very emotional. They play sad music
before they die every single time.
Yeah,
like the fight happens, then they give you some backstory, then they kill the person. That's literally the formula that they're using. The 2 times that they actually did it, which was in the show, was the spider chick and the dude with the drums.
And
yes.
No, they did that with the.
I said the show. I said
no. That's why the show. They did that 3 times. They did the main kid from the Spider Gang. They did the same thing with him.
They did it as he was dying.
And the first beast, like the first, like really big, the big fat one. He did that thing too. Like they said, when he was a kid, he remembered. And blah, blah, blah.
But this is as he was dying. Yeah. It's just to show you're not a piece of shit all the single time. Sometimes your environment dictates what happens to you. I don't think it was meant for you to actually care about these people. I think
the show really insinuates it.
But that's what you have to do if you want someone to even think about trying to care.
Hold on. What?
The haunted house, right?
No. Oh yeah.
Him too. That's what I was talking about.
The other
every single time they show you do terrible circumstances lead to these situations. I don't think the villains that we are discussing, minus 2 people, minus the dude who was in the house that had like the drums and shit,
Yeah.
and minus the girl that he killed mercifully. I don't think anyone else you were supposed to honestly care about, because those two are the ones who had the most tragic backstories. Everybody else was like, fuck it, they're just kill them. Like even Ryu's, yeah, you got the sad music and all the other bullshit, but you got to see like, hey, he did all of these terrible things just to get what he lost.
No, I know, but he...
And this was at the moment, it may have been at the moment of his death, but the moment of his death was so calm. The sad music is literally just like, why would you play happy music or why would you play intense music? You have to play the music to meet the mood of the scene. The scene essentially is supposed to be like sad,
His last
but not
moments
like...
on this earth.
It's really trying to manipulate me into feeling bad for said
Every
I don't think
movie
it's trying to
does that
Yes,
ever.
it is. I heard you told...
I don't feel that way personally. I think it's more... I look at the music from a perspective of, these are the last moments. Would you want your last moments, and this general last question, if your life was a movie, would you honestly want your last moments to be happy-ass music? Like, these are your last moments on Earth, and you were about to be murdered by somebody. I don't think I want happy music playing in the background.
That's not where I take from it. I just take that the show's really trying to manipulate me into caring.
But then, how is that different from any movie? Then?
That's in like every movie, but like if used appropriately.
But
it was not used. It wasn't used appropriately.
But you used the music to match the mood of the whatever's happening in that moment. When Rengoku is dying, they play sad music, and they foil him out even before that.
If done correctly, it would be effective. But they don't do it correctly here. To me, it's more manipulative because they're trying to guise themselves that these people or these or whoever dies, like, oh yeah, this is development. We really tried hard to add characters.
Development.
I don't see this
But this is not like my issue just with this show. It's every movie that ever does that. Fucking
so every movie ever.
Freaking what's it called? Freaking even like Disney is like a master of doing fucking that.
So almost every movie ever.
They invented that.
Yeah, but I know. But what I'm saying is, if done right, I would grow an appreciation for it. But
so if done right, it's not manipulative, is what you're saying?
Can you name a time it was done?
Well,
right?
the whole point of the movie. The whole point is that when it comes to films, yeah, everything is trying to manipulate the audience into feeling a certain way. But sometimes in a bad way or in a lazy way, like they're trying to make you just fucking feel sad or to a character that's not that developed, that they didn't even fucking try hard, but they do it anyway because there's like, oh yeah, there's sad music, you should feel sad because character is dead or whatever. They do that. I hate when movies or TV shows they do that in such a lazy way, and I feel like that's
in everything though.
Yeah,
I can't think of any movie or TV show.
Then they did it correctly.
But
I need a for instance.
I want
to know a for instance.
Okay, fine.
A for instance,
like what was the time that they
did
that, and it was like how it was
and
supposed to be.
how it was like impactful.
Yes. If you can't name it, then it's never been able to be accomplished.
What do you mean?
Like
no, I'm trying to think of a movie that you've seen.
Oh,
that
just name a movie
because there are movies that I would know that I would take out, but I know you haven't fucking seen it. Okay. So what would be the point of mentioning it?
Okay.
You know.
Okay, sure.
But there's
nothing I've seen that's like that, huh? Not one.
Because the majority of the movies out there are to manipulate.
I know that.
If you can't think of a movie, think of a TV show.
Of a TV show?
Any TV show.
Oh, 6 Feet Under has a lot of them. Had a lot of great moments where you feel something for the character. They're going through something, and they develop something about them, or like they even put sometimes you don't even have to put music for set things. If it's written.
Okay, I get it.
I asked the question: were these characters villains?
Villains?
They weren't villains, were they?
Yes. That's what I'm asking. Were they villains?
Oh, that's true.
Or were they
There's
antagonists?
Were they antagonists or villains? Or
For antagonists or villains, I would say the one that I would feel like the most impacted, where I kind of feel sorry for said character. Okay, like this is just me pulling something that I can think of on the top of my head. Would be Black Panther, the warmonger, when he stabs him and he wants him to take him to go see Wakanda for a last time before in the end he says that famous line where it's like, you know what, me dying here is better than dying in bondage, referencing something like that, like where I kind of just feel like, yeah, like he was a bad guy, but feel sorry for him because he's kind of like misunderstood.
But that was the main antagonist of a movie. It's not like they're just little side characters.
Well, I know, but you're telling me what's it called? An example of a villain in a movie, and I named you one.
I get that, and I'm saying like there is a difference between minor villains and major villains. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think the goal of them doing that, yes, this may have been the usual formula to get you to feel sympathy for these people, but I don't honestly think that they were kind of like, I think for the dude in the house, yes, 100% they were trying to manipulate you into feeling bad about his life. And I think for the spider chick that got killed by Tanjiro, the one that got killed peacefully, that one, I will admit, they were trying to manipulate you by adding some development and saying, oh, she had a fucked up life. Those I will give you, but everyone else is just kind of like, they weren't terrible people. They still deserve to die, but they weren't terrible people. That's the way I treat them.
Well, when you really like look at the lore they built, like they are that powerful because they have the blood of the main bad guy.
And they've also eaten a ton of people.
So, like, showing them before he destroyed their lives is kind of what they're doing. They want you to know that this guy took really some good people and just made them monsters. And that is the point. Like, that showing what he... Like, technically, they're showing him... You're showing you how evil this man is. Like, he took kids. He took other people, and he ruined their lives. Destroyed families, and who knows how many people they've killed, and they probably don't remember. They lost their humanity a long time ago. That's why when it's like
in their last moments,
in their last moments, your life flashes before your eyes, but you also remember like the beginning. You might that's what they're showing. Like they're showing you who they were before this monster touched them, and that is what a good point of what they do that for. They're showing you that this man has ruined a whole bunch of people, and who knows what other fucked up things he's done. So like they're giving you like, okay, this is the main bad guy's power, this is what he does to people, and the people he does this to were never ever necessarily pure evil. They were made pure evil by someone that was pure evil.
I understand that, and I know what they're trying to go for. It's just, like I said, it just bugs me that it's arranged in that way. And I know another good example for this, and it's Kill Bill, or Enishi. She had a tragic backstory. She was not the main villain, but she had a very fucked up tragic backstory. And like before I think the bride kills her, she like gives her an apology. Gives her an apology for the things that she's done. And she like forgives her, but they're still gonna fight, and he's still gonna kill her because that's her code.
Oh yeah, that's when she stabs.
Yeah, that's when she like slices her head off. Because I feel sorry for her because they explain like her backstory, and her backstory was fucked up.
Yeah.
So it's like, but that's what turned her into that, and she basically got hungry with power and became basically the people that she murdered when she was a little girl. She just basically is the same league as them. Like she just became the monsters that she killed.
She lived long enough.
But at the end, but at the end, she felt sorry for doing stuff like that.
Well, I think she knew at that point she was going to die. She knew this. And honestly, I don't want to die with a regret or with saying at least, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I would have liked that
But that still...
in this show or the way that they've done it, because I felt like I would have been a little bit more sympathetic had it been done that way.
But that goes back to my thing of that would make it longer to actually give people fleshed out backstories.
No, not necessarily, because it would still be the same length. You're just movie set information instead of them when they die.
He wants the placement of it to be different.
I understand, but the placement of it, well, what they are showing you is not everything.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Everything, but it's like for example, like the Spider Kid, the one that had the whole family. Like when she saw how Nezuko protected Tanjiro from him, and she was like, and he was left with a little bit of an epiphany. Like, why do I want her to be my family? Because it was like it reminded him of a time where he was human, he had a family, but he forgotten about it because, it's been so long ago. But that would have been an appropriate time to introduce that.
But that wouldn't have made sense there?
No, but like...
Because it would have been... because she protected him, and then you take a break from the fight to show his backstory, and then you get back to the fight, and it's just kind of... It's
not back... You don't have to say the whole thing, but just like, kind of like a spark of what had happened. Like, why is he like so sympathetic about that?
Them showing that little backstory at the end of his death was like, I'd say like maybe 5 minutes. So you have 5 minutes of content where they're not dealing with what the main issue is.
Well, if they have...
And even if you cut it up and sparse it out throughout the fight, it's still a little choppy. So I feel like you either front load it and you give them the entire backstory of like, hey, Muzan did this to me, and then I started collecting these people, and this is why I want this person, because I want this family relationship. Or you chop it, and that's kind of what they did, where he's like, well, I got my mom because I wanted my mom, and I got my dad because I wanted my dad, and then fully flesh out what happened to him at the end. Those are the two options that you could have. But like if you do it the first way, you kind of do make the thing longer than it needs to be, in my opinion, because you're actually showing, like, how did he get his father? How did he get his mother, rather than just saying, this is the mom and this is the dad, and this is my sister.
Yes, but I wouldn't necessarily think it would be longer though.
But you're adding more content from the manga itself.
You might be dragging. You might be stretching the fight scene a little more because you're putting that information in between. But I would have been.
You're adding more material. That's why I'm saying it would be.
You're not adding more material. You're adding the same material.
No, I'm saying if you're going to do it, like if you're going to front load his backstory, you would be taking more material from the manga to put it into the anime itself. Yeah. That's what I am saying. Like, yes, you get a longer fight scene, and yes, you get a more developed character, but this person's going to die in like 2 or 3 episodes anyway. So what is the?
But
point?
I would at least feel something. But I don't, because
you get to see his pseudo family that he created.
I don't feel something because this information is being told to me too late.
But it's being told to you throughout the entire fight. It's implied as you see the main characters fight the individuals of his family.
But like I said, but that's where the repetition comes in, because he's explaining it, and yet they still show it in the end. And it's like, I would have just...
But in the end, they're showing what his original family was, not the family he made.
No, I know. That didn't happen until he was already dead. He's already been decapitated, and it dragged on to the next episode.
Yes, because they tried to...
And the whole time that this story is being told, his head stops flying and it hits the ground and deteriorates.
Yes, because he is essentially the big bad villain from this particular arc. So of course they're going to give him some time.
Yeah, but then what does that do to me as an audience? Like, what does that do to me with this information? But it doesn't appeal to me because I'm just glad that he's dead.
Oh shit, he's not a terrible person.
Yeah. It just shows you who they were before and what the main bad guy has done. It's just showing you bits and pieces. it's building up to the big bad guy and giving him a really big, long backstory. Like, this is what he's done. These are the people he's hurt. These are the things, like, everything leads up to that. And it all leads up to that. And that's why, like, it's going to the climax eventually when they finally fight him and he dies. Or if he dies. Or
I know,
can
but
even
like,
be killed. I don't even know.
But
like, it's just showing you that. That's the whole point of showing them just little bits and pieces. And, like, yeah, when you put them all together, it just shows you what a evil bastard this guy is. That's the whole point of any of their, like, little monologues at the end when they're dying. That's it. And I don't think the very first, like, the big fat one, I don't think he was connected to him.
No.
But I think the ones that, like, the hardcore ones, like the Spider Kid, like, I think he, like, his monologue was necessary. And even the sister too, because, like, without, he gave her his blood. So technically, like, he created something.
Well, yeah,
else.
but
it's like
at least with
you, like, if the big bad guy hadn't turned the Spider Kid, this girl wouldn't have died.
But
so it's just, like, leading all to, like, this.
I did feel sorry for the mom because they established some bits of information about her that made me feel sorry for her. So when she actually died, I actually just kind of feel sorry for her.
They did that like 3 minutes, but right before she died, you got to see like her entire backstory.
I know her entire backstory doesn't happen until
like literally right before she's dying, and she says, "I've never known peace in this."
But you know, but there's like a tad bit of information about her, like like she's not the one in charge.
And we still haven't discussed the movie either, really.
Sort of.
No, but what I'm talking to you, the whole point of me saying this is I just don't like the way that they
maybe this
tell.
Is our best episode. You never know.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that as because they did this in the movie, like the same thing they did in the show, where they don't explain a villain's backstory until after they've already been dead, and I just feel like I don't get much out of that because this person's already dead. So why would I care? Because honestly, I don't. Had the information or had it been edited in a way where it happened during the fight, I think, despite that it would make the fight scene last a little longer, I at least would have cared or feel sympathetic when they meet their demise.
What?
So.
Okay.
I don't know. He said cartwheels. Anyways. Next critique. Is there any more critiques?
No, that's it.
Okay.
It's literally all I had.
Okay.
So that's just that. So,
so
ratings.
Mario, did you like the movie?
Let's do ratings.
Well, let's do ratings. I give this a 5 out of 10. There's some things I like, but there's some things that really weigh it down.
Okay. Mario, what
I'm
is
giving it a 9 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 9.
Okay.
Because I love the animation. I love the anime. I love the story they're building. I love where they're going with it. I mean, I was frustrated that it ended so soon. You know, I'm really excited for season 4 to come out. I mean, and I like the characters. I don't like the lightning guy's whininess. I like that he's a badass when he sleeps. It's kind of odd.
Yeah.
That's a weird power to have. Like, his power is napping. I mean, who wouldn't love that kind of power? So, I mean, I don't like his whininess. I agree with you on that. I totally think he should shut the fuck up half the time. I do not. But when he is a badass, he's a fucking badass. You have to admit that. Like, his attacks are nuts.
Yeah, but there's not much of that.
I know that, but like,
he is supposed to be comic relief.
They're going to build up to him doing something amazing. They always do, and they always will. Like, that's how every anime, everything is supposed to be about. And yeah, I like Tanjiro because, like, I think I get like a good representation of him is his mind. It's pure. It's just peaceful. Like, all the horrible things that he's had to deal with, losing his family and everything, like, his mind is still crystal clear. And those things took that kid to his soul. They didn't try to stop him. They took him to his soul. Because he's like, if I'm going to be peaceful, like that is the... he is a very goody two shoes. I get it, goody two shoes. But at the same time, the fact that he's still that way, and his soul hasn't been tainted or darkened. Like, I mean, look at the Hashiras. They're all assholes. They're all fucking jaded assholes. They wanted to kill him. They wanted to kill Nezuko. They don't want him. They didn't want Nezuko there at all. The guy fucking stabbed the box like 12 times. They all become very jaded. They think it's not possible for a demon to be good. And I get that some of them have probably dealt with things that we don't know about, or maybe it's in the manga or whatever. But the fact that this guy, that is the main character, hasn't become like them, that hasn't become so jaded and evil or just like tainted by the bullshit they've had to deal with, he lost his family. All of them.
Like I said,
so it's like
Tanjiro is the foil for the story itself.
Yeah. I think that like he's a great character. And the fact that he still holds some remorse for having to kill them is crazy. I like that. I think that's nice. So I really like this movie.
You guys,
you're like, you can have a wrong opinion too, James.
No, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Maybe this movie is just not for me.
Me and Mario do like anime way more than you. Because you do like anime, you just don't like it as much as we do. Because we watch so many different things. And on the vast scape of anime, like, everything that we've seen.
Yeah, it's not that I don't...
you haven't seen, like...
Yeah.
All the shōnen, kind of...
It's not that I don't like anime. It's just that I'm just very, like, picky about it. Because...
Watch Rise of the Shield Hero.
He probably won't like that either.
You never know.
He probably won't like that.
No, maybe.
Or we can make him watch Madoka Magica and have him cry. Be depressed.
I mean,
be depressed?
I mean...
I don't think you watch that.
I mean, I do like Grave of the Fireflies, so...
I don't know what that is.
I really like it.
Castlevania.
Oh, Castlevania? Yeah. Well, is that really anime?
Yeah.
Is it technically anime?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
right,
well, with all of our ratings combined, it's at a 76.
7.6?
Yep.
7.6 for all our ratings combined. So it's still a good movie.
I liked it.
It's okay.
Please don't hate
So
me.
who's next?
Okay.
Who's next to pick?
Me.
I picked.
You pick.
Me.
Oh, no.
It's my turn.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I'm not watching Hereditary. You can't make me watch it again.
No, I'm not putting
I
it.
refuse.
No. I already know you guys don't like it, so why would I put you guys through that?
I'll make you watch all of Zack Snyder's shit.
My film recommendation, it's going to be a little bit different, because I want it to be a little bit different. We are going to watch a documentary.
Get to the point.
And the title is Dear Zachary, a letter to a son about his father.
Okay.
That will be my film recommendation.
What is it on?
It's available on Prime.
Okay.
If you go on
or
Prime,
is it on there?
No, it's on there. It should be for free.
All right.
I think I've seen it.
So yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll watch
So
it.
yeah, if you guys want to tune in on the next video, watch Dear Zachary, a letter to a son about his father, to get involved in the discussion for next episode.
God.
And please don't at Romeo because he does not like the show. Shonen anime is not for everybody.
I know. I mean, some people just don't like anime. It's fine. Or some people just don't
Some
like
people
that style.
The cookie cutter
anime, yeah.
shonen anime. It's totally fine, totally understandable. He is entitled to his own opinions.
Yes,
You guys-
I'm allowing
you
you to have
guys-
opinions.
You guys
Can I
aren't.
finish what I was saying?
No.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm just saying that you guys are not wrong for liking this. Just like I'm not
Just
wrong
let
for
me
not
finish.
liking it.
For the love of God, I'm trying to fucking defend you and you interrupt.
Romeo, let the man help you.
Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like, I understand that shonen is not for everybody, and quite frankly, some of the shonen plots are really cookie cutter, and I can see Romeo's criticisms inside of this. I, for one, have seen a lot of shonen anime, and there are some that are just completely and utterly uninteresting, and I can get where Romeo is coming from with his criticisms. They are completely and utterly valid. I don't feel like this movie/show deserved all of it, but that doesn't mean that Romeo doesn't like what he doesn't like. Like, if he doesn't like shonen, he doesn't like shonen. And that's fine. And quite frankly, some shonen shows are just shit. Like, but don't at him.
Don't name them. Don't want their community coming for us.
They could come for me. I'll fight you on that one.
Oh my god.
Fine. I've seen enough anime to fight you on
Name
that.
a shitty one. A shitty shonen one.
Let me see. Name a shitty shonen anime. That's a really, really hard one to pick.
Top. I mean, if there's more than one, then name them all. Fuck it.
The one that's coming to mind right now is Boruto.
Oh, yeah, I don't like Boruto.
I feel like they should have stopped.
That was unnecessary.
But regardless,
it should have ended at Shippuden. I do like the last Shippuden movie they made.
And
really good.
I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I don't feel like One Piece is worth all of the hype that it's getting.
It's not.
And Bleach was also really boring. Like,
Bleach was
keep
so.
Let's keep it a buck.
So long.
Let's keep it a buck. Bleach was boring.
They had so many filler fucking arcs. I was like, Jesus.
It's okay. No. This is me coming to your defense and showing you, like, that you're not wrong. They do some stupid shit, and they are some terrible
What
ones.
does this mean? I don't know what that means.
Anyways,
He's pointing at me. I don't know what he's doing over there.
A thumbs up.
thank you all.
I think he might be flipping me off. What? What is that?
Okay,
Just saying. Huh?
Thank you all for tuning in.
A Pop-Tart? He wants a Pop-Tart. We'll get him a Pop-Tart. Paul, can you get him a Pop-Tart?
Thank you all for tuning in to Big Bear Review. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yes. All right. We'll see you next week. Thank you.